Hello, people. How's everybody doing tonight? Steph, the second here. I realized chat is not up because I didn't set the window to be always on top. Hello. You guys are having a wonderful, what's today, Thursday? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. My camera needs to be further down. What the fuck? Yeah, there we are. Hey. Hey, roleplay. How you doing, dude? So, today, if you're wondering why the stream is starting at 11 instead of 9, oh, that's actually wrong. That's an incorrect input. That's going to cause problems later. My raid, or my guild, was doing one last raid. Or I guess I shouldn't say one last raid, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to jump into any more of these raids. The intention was there was going to be another raid where we would do just the back bosses. So you do the first boss, and then you can do the back 3 bosses, which is where most people need the loot anyway. So you don't got to get worried. If there was ever something going on, it would be on Twitter. Like I just didn't feel like fucking turning the stream on. I really just didn't feel like fucking turning the stream on for this, because I was like, okay, if this is going to be like bam, 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 we get 3 bosses done, and then maybe we do some sire attempts and see how we do, but it turned into a slog. Because unfortunately, people were bringing alts, and their alts aren't as geared as their mains, which causes problems. But like, as the raid night went on, we gained a couple people at the very beginning. And we got up to like, I think 12 people, maybe 13. And then as the night went on, we actually had to cut 3 people from the raid to be able to get the last boss down that we did. And I was just like, okay, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can get something going and actually have like a functional raid. By the way, my hair, you can see, is just decided it gives no fucks anymore. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't stop it. I've tried. I've done everything I can. So my brain just disappeared for a moment. It doesn't seem like we're getting the interest from our higher parsing people. I am one of our higher parsing people, which is why I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll jump in. If we can get Sired and Athreus down, that's another shot at me getting a 200 or a 220 weapon, which is like one of the last things I need. But I don't know. I just didn't feel like fucking turning the stream on for it. It was just as simple as that. Especially now, because like WoW content doesn't bring people in. 99% of the time when if I'm just streaming a raid, they will not be any of the normal regulars come in for that shit. So I was just like, nah, I just didn't fucking feel like it, to be perfectly honest. And like I said, most of the time, I just don't care. But I was just in this mood of like, man, I don't feel like fucking turning the stream on. This is gonna be quick. And it was not quick. Which honestly probably means I'm not gonna sign up to any more times. Because I'm not a mountaholic like some of the people in my guild. It sounds like some of them might be trying to go for the mount you get for doing the achievements in the instance, which is fine. I don't know if I care to do that or not. But like, I don't know if I'm going to show up. I don't know if I'm going to keep to being like, yeah, on Thursdays I raid. I don't know if we're going to go back to that schedule or not. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I don't got a lot of time tonight because it's starting late. So we're going to do a quick stream. We're going to get at least some progress in Ace Attorney investigations. Some. Oh, I know what that was. People out here fucking rolling. Normally that doesn't happen. People are rolling checks in my D&D game because one of the people, the guy that's playing in my Saturday game, is currently re-rolling his character, and because he's re-rolling his character, he is checking all of his attack macros and everything, which is why you probably have heard that noise. So I just jumped out of the game so you don't have to hear that shit. I mean, I guess I could have muted the system, but it's fine. No, I was just like, wait, why the fuck is that there? You had a light fever recently? I mean, that's kind of what I heard. But this was your first shot, right? And you got the Pfizer, I believe? Yeah, you had a slightly elevated temperature. Like you're probably like 99, maybe just barely right around 100. Yeah, that sounds like... Yeah. It is not to the point of being a fever. It is to the point of being just like higher than your normal running temperature. Like right now, I think if you took my temperature, I run around 97. I'm usually like a degree lower than like the standard 98.6. So if I'm up at like around 99, that's still like an elevated temperature. Once I cross that 100 threshold, that's where I'm like, okay, I actually have a fever now. But I got very lucky with my first shot. I didn't have anything happen. Oh, fuck. I only had the arm soreness, which is just the swelling from your body reacting to the shot, is something that is not normal, and it basically feels like muscle stiffness because that part of your body is inflamed. So it's not as big of a thing. And like I said before, I have had multiple rounds. Actually 2 rounds of 5 years of allergy shots. Once when I was like 7 or 8. No, maybe I was 9. It's either 8, maybe it was 8 or 9. I know it was when we lived up in Indiana and I had it there. And I fucking hated those shots because those shots were not fun. But I've had so many shots in my life between all of the therapies and treatments and shit like that I've had done to me. Well, I guess it's really just allergies and growth hormone therapy. Because I know I've talked about this shit on the stream before, but if we hadn't done what we did, where we did this hormone therapy for me, I don't think I would be over 5 feet tall. I believe it's something like that. I haven't thought about it in a really long time, but I know that like that was the reason we did it. Like at the time before we started it, my bone age. So like you can look at someone at like a developing child, like through an X-ray, and look at their bone health and look at their bones, and doctors can tell roughly how old the child is. It's the same thing with like your teeth. Your dentist can tell how old you are when you're at a young age by your teeth. Both my dentist and my pediatrician were like, my bone age was like 3 or 4 years behind of what my actual age was. And that was because I believe after some really, really rough testing, like they gave me this like medicine that was supposed to help track the, I forget the fuck they were tracking, but they basically had to draw blood every 2 hours for like 10 hours. Maybe it was every hour or something like that. So it was not a fun thing. I remember puking a couple times during it, but it was necessary because they're like, ah, yes, we figured it out. My pituitary gland is like ever so slightly small, is like smaller than it should be. And had my parents not A, had really good insurance, and B, decided to go for the treatment, like I said, I would not be above 5 feet in height. But I took to it incredibly well, and I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a good day, maybe. So yeah. We need fucking, like, universal health care in this country. I don't know, like, it's kind of an odd segue, but we're kind of sort of in that direction. We need to be able to take care of people in this country who can't afford to have health care or have shitty jobs and can't even afford basic health care. People shouldn't be afraid of a single medical bill ruining them for 10 years because they don't have a job or because their job doesn't cover them properly. Long-term care is another whole thing. Long-term care, mental health care, just better health care in this country in general, because it's really shit. Everything is drastically overpriced, because if a doctor charges you $1,000, they know that they really only should be charging you like $500, and they know that the insurance company will only pay them about $500. They'll only pay about half of what it actually is in terms of what the insurance is. So they'll be like, aha, we're going to do this, and then this is what we'll actually get, and then you owe the rest. So, yeah. No, it's, lucky, I guess is the only way the only way to describe it. I am very lucky that I have a good job that gives me good insurance. So I really hope that we can get our fucking heads out of our asses, and even if it's just a single payer option. Sure, maybe if you don't want to do a full fucking national healthcare system like what they have in like Canada or Europe or any of those other places that actually have good good medicinal coverages. That's fine. But we need a healthcare option that is affordable for people who don't have a job or who don't get insurance through their job. Because we are really letting an absolutely massive chunk of our country down because of that shit. Anyways, let's get off some depressing shit and get on to murder. Murder. We're gonna have to see what happens because I have no idea what's going on with this sequence. All right. So last time, we did watch this, but we'll watch it again so we can see it again. The murder that occurred in my office. Oh, I do not have that set up. Fuck it. We're not gonna worry about it. Return of the great thief Yatagarasu. Thinking back, everything began on that fateful day 2 days ago. 2 days earlier. This is a fancy ass plane. There's like first class, there's like business class, first class, and then there's Edgeworth class, where this motherfucker has like an entire wing to himself. Everything began high up in the air, 9,000 feet in the air to be precise. Ah, so they were, oh, because they're in turbulence. Oh, I had a scene for this. All right.
We were gonna keep this voice for the sound of the airplane because I messed up yesterday and did this, and I thought it was funny that we should keep
doing it. All right, what in the actual hell happened? Some hella turbulence. Why do I feel like I just woke up from a horrible nightmare? By the way, I don't understand how people can stand on planes like this. Every time I've been on a plane, I feel like I am, I don't know. I don't feel, maybe it's just because I'm like, you're right. It's called trauma, Edgeworth. I don't know. Maybe it's just that like when I'm walking on an airplane, I feel like I'm walking faster than normal. And maybe that's just because like, okay, we're already going crazy fast in the airplane. And my body doesn't have a relative sense of that when I'm on the plane. But when I'm walking forward, it gets a little bit of that sense back. I don't know. Six 6:13, huh? Guess I was out cold for about 10 minutes. Slight turbulence indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently experiencing some slight turbulence. For your safety, we ask that you return to your seat and fasten your seatbelts.
I suppose turbulence on it is to be expected on a flight. Although admittedly, I'm less comfortable with anything resembling earthquakes. But what's this? A travel wallet, but it's not mine. How did someone else's travel wallet end up in my pocket? My head. Oh, I want this headache go away. Take care of this travel wallet later. Or hand it off to an attendant. From earthquake-like turbulence to an elevator. We're just hitting all of Edgeworth's trauma, aren't we? Every single bit of it. What am I doing hesitating like this? Actually, I know full well why I hesitate. It's still when I was, it was when I was still but a young child. Oh, are we gonna actually see some back of this? It's caught about a murder that happened in an elevator. But how long am I going to let my past haunt me? Based on the later games, not really that much. Just an elevator. I'm a grown man. I need to behave like one. Whoa. What in the world happened? Is something wrong, sir? I must ask that you please return to your seat. Ah! He He's dead. Please calm yourself. We mustn't jump to conclusions without all the facts. What's wrong? Did something happen? You murderer! No, you have it wrong. It wasn't me. This is like uber first class. This is like, yes, the ticket for coach for economy was like $150. The ticket for one of these seats is $2,000. Also, somebody, and by somebody I mean the guy in the upper left, has been saucing himself. Like, holy shit, that is a massive, an absolutely massive amount of alcohol. Where are we? So March 12th, 6:41 a.m. for flight I-390, second floor, first class. Everyone, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I have an important announcement. I am one of your flight attendants today, Rhoda Teniro. Unfortunately, we've just had a minor accident on this flight.
An accident? Don't treat us like we're stupid. I caught a glimpse. Anyone's on fire there.
You murder? Well, what's going on in this flight? Everyone, please calm down. There's no need to panic. This flight will stay on course and will make a scheduled landing. We're still currently in the middle of a rough patch of turbulence. So until we're out of that, I ask that you please remain seated. Sir, I'm looking at you. You need to keep track of all of those bottles. I'm not going to be very happy if any of them fall and spill on my floor. Do you hear me? I'm looking at you.
But someone was killed. What about the killer? Let me off.
Right, please, there is no need to feel threatened. We've already apprehended the culprit. I ask that everyone please remain calm.
What the heck is he talking about? Why should we remain calm?
My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor, and I can assure you I am not the killer.
Huh? Being a prosecutor doesn't even make you incapable of murder, buddy.
Now you listen here. I am not the killer. I simply found the body. How did Edgeworth get captured? It's a lot of grape juice. A lot. Oh my god, it's Phoenix. Holy shit, he was on this flight. It's the only explanation. How the fuck did Edgeworth let himself be apprehended? Like what? So you say, however, I am sure that you are the perpetrator of this crime. I swear on my honor as a professional flight attendant. Oh, is that right? I know what I saw. And there's even very strong incriminating evidence to back me up. What kind of incriminating evidence is she talking about? We've already alerted the proper authorities at our destination. Until we land, you will remain in our custody by the power vested by our captain. I'm very sorry, but please understand our situation. Your situation? I'm more concerned with mine, the direction it's going in. I'm not about to sit idly by while I get accused of murder. Miss Teniro, is it? Miss Teniro, is it? Yes? I was wondering if you might give me a chance. A chance? To do what? A chance to plead my case. And a chance to ask what you meant by incriminating evidence just now. That's a weird hand position. To accuse a passenger of such a grave crime without allowing him to give a proper defense. Can the professional flight attendant inside of you say it's really would you call this righteous action? You have a point. Very well. Listen to what you have to say, but be wary of what you reveal. I'm afraid you'll only look even more suspicious if you fail to explain. If your explanation fails to satisfy. I tried to read ahead and my brain just didn't read the words right. I also do not have the time to deal with you all day, so please make it quick. Oh, of course. As you wish. Good. Very well then, let's get started. I know for a fact that I didn't kill the man in the elevator. What I don't know, what sort of evidence she has up her sleeve. But I'm certain it doesn't fit with how the crime really occurred. I swear to tell the whole truth as a professional flight attendant. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm certain that you are the killer. The scene I saw in front of the elevator. It was you, standing there, fresh blood dripping off the murder weapon. So if you would please cooperate, we'll turn you over as soon as we land. What the fuck? That's weird. That's it? That's her evidence? I don't think you could ask for a more perfect witness testimony. Lady, I've seen witness testimony. And yours is nowhere near perfect. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Not really. There's hardly when there's a perfect gaping hole in it. Hey, Daedalus, how you doing, dude? How you doing, man? Tell me, what exactly puts the pro and professional flight attendant for you? Well, it means we're very professional about how we take care of our passengers. Services like fetching papers and responding to calls are done with speed and accuracy. I can assure you that I give testimonies with the same level of professionalism. But I'm sure you've already realized that by now, right? It's a bit hard to appreciate your professionalism when I'm the one under suspicion. And there you have it. My professional testimony is accurate and reliable. I'm good. Today was, kind of boring at work. Today was mainly just, integration testing code. Like, looking at stories, looking at the changes, and then being the QA and testing the shit. Which is fine if that's what I'm hired to do, but that's not normally what I would be hired to do. We had our QA, our team's QA, the only guy on our team who was the QA. He left the company about a month and a half ago. And we did just hire a new replacement for him in the QA spot. But the problem is, we have a release that's due at the beginning of May. And with him coming on, he's going to have to hit the ground running. Or no, not the beginning of May, the middle of May, excuse me. He's going to have to hit the ground running to do the big test, like the full system regression testing, to make sure we haven't broken something else. So what we're doing is all of the stories that are going into this release, basically, if you weren't the person working on it, then we just divvied them up among the three of us on the team and said, okay, I'm taking these 5 stories to test. You're taking these 5 stories and you're taking these 4 stories, because you got two of them that are kind of complicated. Can't be too good at QA, you'll never leave QA. Yeah. The guy that we hired is probably in his 50s, early 50s, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. I don't have a sense for him, but he's pretty much been in a QA role the entire time for I would say majority of his career. So you certainly seem sure of yourself. Of course, professional flight attendant cannot afford to make mistakes after all. Perhaps, but you must admit there are a few who can look at a murder with a clear mind. We attendants go through extensive training and are always calm and collected. I've already killed a man. How do you think I got this head professional job? We even calmly serve you coffee, if you so wish, as the plane makes a splashdown. What was that? That was a weird face of hers. I fail to see how that would be a calm and rational thing to do in an emergency. Even until the bitter end, we are there to serve the passengers. That is the duty of professional flight attendants. You certainly are confident. Anyway, shall we return to your testimony? No, she's not Shelly the Killer. Shelly the Killer's killed a bunch of people. I'm saying to get out of professional flight attendant school, only the strong survive. Mm-hmm. Oh. Yes, what did you see in front of the elevator? That's what I was just about to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth. Framed by the elevator doors, bathed in the light coming from within. Oh. What was the murder weapon, perchance? The murder weapon dripping with blood? Really now? I swear from the grisly scene I saw before me. Thank goodness there wasn't a passenger who saw, or there'd be widespread panic by now. As I recall, you were quite panicked yourself at the time. Excuse me? You were scared enough to misread the situation and accuse me of murder. Nonsense! Professional flight attendants cannot afford to be that flustered. I witnessed the murder scene and now I'm listening to your defense, all with a smile. I see that twitch. Apparently, you also lie with a smile on your face. Do I have any evidence? I don't know why I'm looking down here. It's bigger on the screen in front of me. Let's press everything and just see what we get. What's her full name? Give me a sec. I don't remember what her I am not the culprit, and yet you would keep these restraints on me. Mr. Edgeworth, please try to understand what kind of situation you're in right now. And what exactly is my situation? I have the backing of the captain to keep you bound this way. We are within our legal right to restrain anyone who might threaten our captain mid-flight. In essence, you're the same situation as someone who's been arrested by the police. Oh, I have my MacGuffin on. So I'm to stay restrained until I can clear all of her doubts? That's not close. The mistake shines like a silver lining in a dark rain, on a dark rain cloud. I'm going to capture some of that light with evidence. Ronda Tenairo? Which I am honestly probably saying wrong, but whatever, we're going with it. I think this is just this, right? No, it's not. Oh wait, is it what she saw in my hand, and like how could that be the murder weapon? That must be the other way. That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be it. I was originally gonna be like, oh, where's the blood in this scene? Miss I left that on. Miss Tenairo. What's with the yelling all of a sudden? Ugh, force of habit. Well, it doesn't matter. Miss Tenairo, you say you saw the murder weapon dripping with blood. Is that correct? Yes, all of that blood. Drip, drip, drip. I just recall that scene Just recalling that scene sends a chill down my spine. The pun is a huge stretch. I haven't caught it yet. I would not have gotten that either. I would have had to look that shit up too. Okay. Okay. Sorry, but your so-called professional flight attendant training has failed you. What? I'd like to direct your attention to this. Do you know what this is? It's a travel wallet, right? It looks a little big and bulky. The thing you saw me holding when I discovered the dead body in the elevator was this very travel wallet, Miss Tenairo. Impossible! Now, do you still think I am the killer? That I killed him with a travel wallet? But I saw blood dripping from the wallet. I know I did. As you can see, this wallet is clearly stained. But if you would be so kind as to please take a whiff. I think you'd agree it's only some grape juice. Made of red grapes. Blood grapes, even. Then... That's right. You mistook the grape juice for blood. The murder weapon, dripping with blood, does not, in fact, exist. No! There. Now that should clear up this pesky accusation. Wait just a second. That is... I mean, even a wallet could be deadly if it was wrapped around something heavy. I demand you show me what's inside, please. She's trembling and tacked on a please at the end. Sounds like I got her. There's no need to look inside. I can tell you from its appearance that it is light. No. I can't be sure of anything until I see the contents of that wallet myself. Oh, she's a persistent one. I suppose we have no choice but to see what's inside. Miss Tenairo, if you would be so kind as to open the wallet and check the contents for me. All right. I usually don't pry into passengers' belongings, but we have no choice here. Oh, boop, boop, boop. There we go. Seems that this passport is all that's in here. But as you saw, there's a passport inside. This renders your wallet was a murder weapon argument moot. When you agree. Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it now? I was wondering, whose passport is it exactly? Can I take a look? Why not? I'm rather curious myself. This is... Akbe Hicks? Huh. Just as I thought. This travel wallet belonged to Mr. Akbe Hicks, which makes the victim's property. Okay. You stole the victim's wallet, didn't you? How dare you? You said it yourself. You claimed to be holding this wallet in your hand when I found you. Perhaps I did misconstrue the wallet for the murder weapon, but it seems that I was wrong about the culprit. This bitch, I swear to God. As you claim, the murder weapon was not the travel wallet. However, it is something you stole from Mr. Hicks after you were done with the vile deed. I find it hard to believe myself, but your motive was very simple. You had to steal Mr. Hicks's money, weren't you? How do you know there's any money in this? So even though I didn't have the murder weapon on me, you still suspect me. Huh, I see. You stood up at the crime scene with the victim's wallet in your hands. How can I turn a blind eye and not suspect you of foul play? Huh. Shouldn't that be proof enough that I did not murder the victim? Not at all. Oh, and why not? Because the wallet may not have been what I thought it was. You guys stole it? Yes. I'm very sorry to say, but I usually wouldn't be so rude, but it must be said. I never thought I'd see the day, but here I am calling a passenger a thief. Maybe I should put on a serious face and say it more directly. I believe you removed the wallet from the victim's personage. It really doesn't matter how you phrase it. What I'd like to know is why you think I stole Mr. Hicks's wallet. Let's look at the wallet here for a second. It seems the passport's all that's in here. There's no money whatsoever inside this travel wallet. We just got to present everything, right? I don't think I have any sort of motive to speak of. I never met Mr. Hicks before, and our only connection is this one flight. Was there something sticking out of it? It was the passport. There's like nothing else in the passport or in the wallet. There's literally nothing else in there. There was something white. That was the buckle. What's this thing? Or are you literally talking about the clasp? Because there's this, which is like the buckle to open it. Nothing there. And nothing in there. So there's nothing in there. I don't know if I read that line or not. How do you figure? There's nothing in there. He was sitting in first class, and I think the implication is quite clear. You think I was after his money? Where did that cockamamie idea come from? True, but you're also a passenger in first class, but I thought something was off about you in those deeply etched lines on your forehead. They are not lines. Perfectly normal part of my natural face. I don't think I've ever met someone with such a terrible countenance on their flight before. And that's when it hit me. In the face of someone with money trouble. She really is making a fool of herself pursuing this line of logic. I should spare her and present the piece of evidence that contradicts her testimony. Because the evidence literally says that there's nothing in the wallet. I wonder if I might get a word in, Miss Teniro. What is it now? Miss Teniro, I wonder if you noticed the contradiction within your own testimony. What are you talking about? Simply put, you saw with your own eyes. The only thing inside Mr. Hicks's wallet was his passport. If I really was after his money, why would I steal the penniless travel wallet? But that's right to you, Mr. Edgeworth. You didn't know it was empty when you stole it. you would like to think that, but that's not possible. What do you mean it's not possible? There's no way the killer didn't know that the wallet was empty to begin with. Oh, what makes you so sure? I'm pretty sure that the killer knew the wallet was empty to begin with. His money's all over the place. You would recall the crime scene. I admit the wallet was probably not empty at the time of the murder. That's pretty evident by the bills and cards strewn everywhere around the inside of the elevator. Oh, hi. Thanks. Oh no! I think you've come to realize the problem with your logic. Let's surmise the victim's wallet fell out during their struggle. And that's when its contents emptied out into the floor of the elevator. The killer could have missed such an occurrence. Then you're saying? Yes, according to your supposition, if I were the killer, I would have been going after a wallet I knew to be empty. And since I clearly was not attempting to gather this gathered money, nor is your argument of theft completely invalid. I forgive me! Please! Oh god, it's Mikon again.
Hey, what the heck? Are you saying the attendant's wrong? That guy isn't the killer? Don't believe it. It's a trick.
Will you all please be quiet? Miss Tenairo? Yes? You lost your cool when you saw the dead body. Plus, the lounge was dark, and looking into the light from the elevator, it's easy to see how you mistook the wallet in my hand for the murder weapon. I take no offense that you thought I was the killer. Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you for releasing me. I don't know which but is it? That's not it. That's not it. There you go. Oh God, what is it now? Miss Tenairo, if you could please translate, that'd be much obliged. It sounds like Borginian, but I don't understand any of it. There's another attendant on this flight who... I said he's giving the runabout. I don't require an interpreter. I speak English just well, see? You, attendant. Yes, sir. I want this person to be under the arrest until we arrive at the airport. I'm pretty sure he did it. That's like my first impression, but I'm sorry, sir, but what are you exactly hoping for? What is it you want? I'm finished talking to the likes of you. Please. I would like to hear why you would like me to be under arrest until we land. You! How dare you try to waste my time? You were the one who stuck your nose into my affairs. I wanted to spend even at least one more second with my precious art. I have no time for other things. I know what you are. I see through you. Insolvent. Yes, I'm pretty sure I know how you say it in English. Well, I hope that doesn't dissolve in water. But I don't think that's what you mean. I'm sorry, but I don't think I caught your name. I am Zinc LeBlanc. It's LeBlanc, right? Because Persona 5 taught us that when you say LeBlanc, the C is gone. I am Zinc LeBlanc, the second. I'm a very wealthy man in Borginia. I think we never see the Borginian Empire come up anymore. But I am not an ordinary rich man. I am an art dealer, a rich seller of beauty. Miss LeBlanc. What did you mean just now? Pardon? When you said Mr. Edgeworth was giving me the runabout. Do I have to explain? Unbelievable. I will say it once more, and only once. I do not even have a second to waste. Time is money, as they say. Yet, you continue to blather on. I saw it. Yes, I did. I saw the victim go into the elevator. Going down to the lounge. It was exactly at 6 o'clock. What time is it now? What is the significance of that time? At 6, he says. Wait. You saw him at 6? What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? He understands, I see. Mr. Attendant, what time did you discover the body? Well, it was a little after the patch of turbulence, so around 6:50. Ah! Hicks was his name, wasn't it? Then I'd say Hicks was killed in the 15-minute time span. And the only person in the lounge at that time was the prosecutor, yes? But the C has got a light weight, it just got. What have you got in zinc? Zin LeBlanc? I can see it. I actually think I might want to go with that. I don't know what the name of his like pun is. Like, I don't understand what the pun is supposed to be for his name.
Yeah, I was in my seat the whole time.
Me too. I was watching a movie and enjoying this fine glass of grape juice.
I was eating. I haven't even finished yet.
This jet is massive. I know I've seen like really big jets when it comes for like international travel, where they'll have like a double decker jet, but like this is big. The other passengers have an alibi, so you have no problem with them, I suppose. No complaint, I see. No, not a single word against this, right? I have no way of discounting what you have put forth at this point. But it wasn't me. Oh, so you say. But you have, how do you say, evidence? Mr. Edgeworth, are you really the culprit after all? Mr. LeBlanc, I suppose you are quite certain in what you saw, enough to give testimony? Of course, I was looking at that man the whole time. He was playing with that a little annoying, small machine the whole time. Machine? Yes, that's what you people call it in English. It was making me crazy with the clickety clackety clickshiny clacks. The description, it sounds like some sort of small computer. I believe what Mr. LeBlanc is talking about is a cell phone. I have to say, I did see him playing with it quite a bit myself. Simple cell phone? A laptop or an organizer can see, but that's kind of low budget. I hate that noisy little hand machine. Not a fragment of a beauty. All it produces is ugly sounds. Anyway, I know what I saw. Miss Teniro? Yes? I was wondering if I might be granted permission to examine the crime scene. What? You want to examine the crime scene? If you would grant me a little measure of time, I'm sure I can produce the real culprit. I don't like the sound of that. Fox in the duck pen. You think that's how you say it in English? It's, fox guarding the hen house. And I believe my innocence was proven earlier. And if I'm given the chance, I can clear up all the remaining doubts. Miss Teniro, if you want to wait until we arrive, there's a good chance that some evidence will have been destroyed by then. I understand. Let me see what the captain has to say. This should not have been approved. Please, Mr. LeBlanc, in an emergency, all decisions are made by the captain alone. Now, please wait here while I go ask the captain what to do. I'll be right back. Oh God, what the fuck am I going to do about this? Oh God! You're not planning to erase evidence when you are doing your investigation, yes? Of course not. Ha! We sure will see. Mr. Edgeworth, you have the captain's permission to investigate the crime scene. Oh, shit. Touched the cable. Inconceivable! I'm in your debt, Miss Teniro. However, there is one condition. I am to supervise you. Can you agree to that? Of course, I see no problem with the stipulation. It's only natural that I am still a suspect in this case. I take full responsibility for and will watch everything Mr. Edgeworth does. Carefully. Intensely. I hope this is a reassurance that there will be no foul play. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, shall we proceed? If you should need my help with anything, please feel free to touch the partner button. It's time to head to the scene of the crime, the first floor lounge. Oh, God. All right, you know what? This is a perfect spot. Oh. I need to use the bathroom. So, give me a few minutes. Oh, I got plenty of water. So we're good there. I am going to use the bathroom. Probably stretch a little bit. And then we'll go from there. All right? All right. Be right back. Hello, people. I'm back. Thank you for sticking with me through that break. I left that light on. Hang on a second. Damn it. Turn the lights off. All right. You ready to jump back in? Because I'm ready to just jump right back in. Is it even worth talking to anybody here? Maybe. Don't get near me, you criminal. He said, don't get near me, you criminal. I'm not the killer, and I intend to prove that starting now. But it's contradictory to the facts. He said that, but that's contradictory to the facts. I can understand his English just fine. Thank you very much. Come on. There you go. Hey, miss, how about another glass? Excuse me, but I was wondering if you know anything about the murder. How about it? How about another glass together? Sorry, but I must decline. That was on the entire time? Fuck me. Well, didn't change much, but alright. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the cute attendant. I'm sorry, but I'm on the clock right now. But if you need a refill, I'd be happy to bring you another glass at any time. You got it, Toots. That's no way to talk to a lady. What about this man enjoying life down here? Let me have a word with you. This steak is so awesome. It's great to hear. However, I would like to ask you a few questions. I was here to eat the whole time, so I wouldn't know. Eat or speak? Please pick one. Nom 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 nom. Oh God, it's Emma. I think he has chosen to eat. Yes, I can hear that. March 12th, 7:26 a.m. Flight I-390, first floor lounge. Much. Well, no, I don't have any more of them. I used to have Carinto. You know the snack Emma has? The snack ooze? They're absolutely an actual thing in Japan. They're called Carinto. I think, right? That's how you say them? Yeah. It is a, it's like a little, like, imagine like a little, like, ball of, a fried little thing of flour and yeast and covered in, like, sugar. That's what those things are. And I know I can get them at my local, I know I can get them at the Asian grocery stores around here. So they're good. They're just like, I couldn't munch on them like Emma does. There's no way. I want to thank you for your help back there, Miss Teniro. It was nothing. You should thank the captain for granting you permission. And just so everything is perfectly clear, I still don't trust you to that extent. I don't want you to think your standing with me has changed. I see. I'll have to bear that in mind. I received an order from the captain earlier. I wanted you to know that. We reserve the right to stop your investigation if you feel you're not making progress. And when we do, we ask that you please return to your seat at that time. My time runs out at his and his crew's discretion, does it? Find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's testimony before time's up. I understand. By the way, is there a place you can think of where the killer might hide on board? I don't think so. After all, every first-class passenger was accounted for in his or her seat. We made a thorough search of the plane. As for the business and economy class, no one can move between those two classes. In first class, without staff key cards. We found no record of a key card being used at all. Which means I have a first-class killer on my hands. At least I know that much for sure. And one other thing. No one else has been allowed to do this crime since the murder was discovered earlier. Bah, bah. Now then, let's get started. But where do we start from? Where should we start from? Start with Mr. Blanc's statement. The crime occurred between 6 a.m. and 6:15 a.m. During that interval, the only person in the lounge was myself, which would make me the prime suspect. However, since I did not kill Mr. Hicks, it means the killer was around somewhere. If we're to believe what you say is true, then yes. First order of business will be to gather information to win your trust. This place has a shop? The in-flight shop is just beyond these shutters. We don't have permission to open them, so I'm afraid we must leave them closed. Still be clues found in here in the lounge. I must remain ever vigilant. Glasses and candles thrown into disarray by the turbulence. It's been a while since I've seen this big of a mess. It's terribly embarrassing. I thought it was an earthquake for a second. I frantically started searching for the gas valve to shut off. I guess the shaking of the flame was bad enough to be mistaken for an earthquake. Not that I know. I was unconscious for most of it. There's some spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Fuck. I assume it was spilled during the turbulence. Oh, that was not the right button. I don't know what I just hit. I must clean up that or someone might get hurt. Aha! What is this, Mr. Edgeworth? I found some very important evidence. What's the important piece of evidence in this scene? Is it not the broken thing? Oh, wow. I am blind. I'm blind as hell. I tunnel visioned so hard, I didn't even notice the fucking footprints. I also didn't bring the lower screen up, but whatever. They're a little smudged, but I think we can both agree they are a set of footprints. Yup. So, you think... Yes, those belong to our killer. Oh, maybe we should check on the shoe sizes of everyone in first class. I don't think that will be of any help to us. Unfortunately, the prints are too smudged, and it will make it hard to get a definitive match. Oh, I see. What do I have for lunch right now? Where was the killer? These gotta go together, right? What? Okay, fine. You wanna be that way, be that way. What or who is this? This is a bronze statue of the founder of iFly Airlines, Mr. Hugo iFly. The one on the left is when he was in his mid-40s, and the other of them is when he's in his mid-80s. Did the man actually age in the span of 4 decades? We need to squint more. He could just be a vampire. That would solve the problem, wouldn't it? These conduits often goes to the sky, but these clouds, they tell me nothing. Mr. Edgeworth, you look like you're talking to the clouds. Is that so? And tell me, what do you suppose I said to them? I don't know. But it looked like a rather one-sided conversation. Clouds, they tell me nothing. What is this? Bottles and glass must have been broken by the turbulence. There's quite a bit of broken glass here. Please be careful when passing through the area. Thank you very much for the warning, Mr. Edgeworth. However, no matter how kind you are towards me, know that it does not clear up any suspicions I have about you. I wasn't warning you for the sake of clearing my name. This door leads to the flight attendant's room. Please understand it is off limits to unauthorized personnel. The room's given off the scent of women's perfume. One would think the perfume would smell great, however, to me it just simply smells. Not that I have any interest in what lies behind the door. Perhaps you should return to the investigation, Mr. Edgeworth. God, that's like the thing that every time I think of, it's always like, ah yes, perfume. It is... If you've ever walked near the perfume section at any department store, and you don't have to walk into it, you just have to walk near it, and you get that amalgamation of every scent, every possible scent. It's that combination that I just go, oh, it's that. No, please, no, don't. And my brain already remembered it at that point, and there's nothing I can do about it. My stylus moved way further over than I thought it did. Mr. Edgeworth? Sorry, I spaced out for a second there. This grand piano is the pride of the plane. It can play the music of whatever CD we insert into the CD drive. But that's not a piano. It's more like an overgrown music box. Ah, but its keys depress along with the music. So it's though there's someone really playing it. Some people have entirely too much money to waste on overly complex toys. What floors is this elevator service? Only the first and second, although it can go down to the cargo hold, where that requires a flight crew key card. The only floors accessible to the passengers are the first and second, huh? Ugh, I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Like this thing. What is this sinister looking figure on the floor here? Well, that's the piggy bank of our company mascot, Mr. iFly. Or Ifly. Like our desktop PCs? I mean, how many pieces of tech do I have on my desk right now that probably aren't really necessary unless I'm doing streaming shit? And even then, it's not that necessary. Oh, God. Huh. It is one of the many pieces of merchandise we sell in our in-flight shop. This bank is a limited edition and it is so popular that we're down to our last one. You have an in-flight shop? Huh? Edgeworth? Were you like in your own mind earlier? Not to mention the fact that, like, he literally turns to his right and he can see into the damn shop. Oh, I get that that was the idea, but I'm just like, come on. Yes, it is right beyond the lounge to the right. The shutter to the store is closed at the moment, but it was open the whole flight during until Mr. Hicks's body was discovered. There's blood on here. Could this have been the murder weapon? wonder what's hanging. I wonder what that is hanging off the lanyard. It's missing from this picture. I can just put my finger on it. Not anyone was expecting to find a dead body in an elevator on this flight. So, Mr. Hicks, he's really dead? Yes. God fucking damn it. One of these days. What I need to set up, I need to set up a button that will do 1, 2, 3, 4 for scene toggling. I'm not even touching the cable. What the fuck is wrong? So many things are weird. All right, can I do this? Let's see, multi-action. So let me see here. I don't want it to do that. Oh, maybe this will work. Hang on. This might actually work. Lower window bigger, activate. Upper window, activate. Upper screen, deactivate. So the lower window and the normal and the upper window bigger, deactivate, and the upper window. Wait, no, I think I had this wrong. Which scene is which again here? So the upper window is the current big one. We want to turn that off. We want to deactivate that one. This one, do I not have a lower window? So that's the one we want to activate. Is there not another one right there? I never okay, I'll have to do this afterwards. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a toggle switch that I can go and it'll flip them. But I currently don't have, I mean, I guess I could do it now. It's stupid and I really should redo this. All right, unlock. Ah. There we go. Okay. So what we want is we want those two to flip. So we would want this to be bigger, that to be on, yes. We want that to be on. Activate that. Deactivate that. And then deactivate that. So the two biggers need to go off. We're doing live stream setup here because I'm fucking tired of this shit. Activate upper window. Activate lower window. Okay, let's see what this does. It's a little jank. Because it takes them a second. You know what? We're gonna work with this for now, and then when it later tonight, or maybe even tomorrow after the stream, or tonight after the stream, I will fuck around with this and find out the right way to do it. Because that was just my first instinct of like how to swap them, and I mean it works. It just is a little funky looking coming back. Wait, is that the reason it's funky? Is because we're deactivating then reactivating instead of... Is it the reason it looks funky? Hey, now it's a little cleaner. Okay, we've already improvised. We've already sort of like thought about it for a second and figured it out. That like Ace Attorney logic brain's kicking in. She's trembling. Well, I can't falter when there's a corpse right there. Mr. Hicks, if you're really dead, please answer yes. I see she's over the trembling now, although a new symptom seems to have appeared. Anyway, I should focus on the victim's body. Let's see here. There's blood on the back of Mr. Hicks's head. Could that be the cause of death? Blunt force trauma. He appears to have been struck very hard. And his glasses are broken. Okay. So then down here, like the camera scene's not quite lined up correctly. I can see just a barely bit of an edge of a scene. There we go. So let's look at the money. Money's strewn all over the floor of the elevator. I would guess it was all in Mr. Hicks' wallet at some point. I don't know if there's anything else. Maybe his hand? Not anyone was expecting to find a dead body at the elevator on this flight. Oh, okay. I think we might have found everything. Oops, didn't need to swap them. Can I make some logic deductions here? Does this actually work? I think we're fine for right now. I mean, unless you're talking about the thing where he's like, he will say something if like I must investigate every nook and cranny. I think that came up last time. Like if I leave a place, he'll say something like I must investigate every nook and cranny of this place. Yeah, no, somebody that got mentioned last time. I was like, oh, okay. A statue with blood on it is laying next to the body of a man who was beaten to death. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, I think I figured something out. Yes? What is it? The way the blood is on this, it looks like it matches up with the wound on his head. Well, aren't we the deserving of the title Master of the Obvious? Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you think that's worth investigating? Maybe this figurine is our murder weapon. Oh, I just knew it. I mean, I can't think of any other connection. Perhaps Master of the Oblivious would be more befitting. I don't think any of these other ones... Were they broken during his murder? I don't think there's anything else that we can connect at the moment. Toppled over a chair, yet another victim of the turbulence. Ah, no! Look at all that grape juice staining the back. It may not look it, but this chair was. It may not look it. This chair was extremely valuable. It was? Yes, it was used when the rocker pals came on tour this plane. The fuck was that noise? I know the cats are in the living room right now, and I know they're awake and playing right now, but that noise sounded very weird. The rocker pal's leader sat in this very chair. I'm sorry, but what are these rocker pals? I can't believe you've never heard of them. They're all the rage. The rocker pals are an extremely popular band internationally. They added the pals part as they became more popular, especially among teens. Ah, that explains it. I'm not really one for music of today. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe about them later. Second thought. I already see how confusing the conversation would get. There's like a bottle right there. Spilled grape juice at a pool in my feet. Unfortunate, the delightful scent of grapes is obscured by the unpleasant smell of the crime scene. The scent is in the air. The same smell as the smell of my towels after they come out of my home dryer. I would never expect something like that by looking at you. Suppose everybody has something unpleasant about them? There's like a thing right here, and I can't... How do I get you to... Giving me Maya vibes. I feel like we're gonna get like a different person in every case. That's gonna be Edgeworth's like buddy friendo. I need to find a way to not have this happen. That is going to be something I'm going to put into a Google search. And then I will check that out after the stream. Oh. I didn't realize this was different. I'm sure he would be thrilled if he knew there was so much grape juice here at his feet. Is that a hint of hero worshipping I detect? There's a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack. This month's special is an English trivia quiz. That's not a bad idea. I've heard that the youth of today don't know a particle from a participle. Now, please don't go around confusing people with made-up words, Mr. Edgeworth. Who's ever heard of such a silly word as participle? Case in point. Oh, okay, so she has to hustle. God, this is so fucking annoying. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? I don't know what to do about that. Did I get everything? Okay, hang on. We're changing something. We're changing the setup around a little bit. Ah, fuck. Balance, please. Should be the line in cable, right? I said I was gonna fucking try this last time. Now, the cable shouldn't be hanging down. And I can actually touch the 3DS without it doing it. I don't know why I didn't do that way before. So like, I'll show this on screen. I have an angle connector. For whatever reason, I had this one plugged into the back of my 3DS. Except it had like a non-angled connector for it, for whatever reason. I don't know why I did it that way, but I did it that way. I've fixed that now. And hopefully that will be less annoying. So there's something else in here I haven't inspected. Wait, is it this thing? Is it? Ah, okay, that's what we're looking for. There's no grape juice residue on the soles of his shoes, making it highly unlikely that Mr. Hicks entered this elevator after the turbulence. I don't think there's any more logic-y bits. I don't think. Because I thought I did this specific connection earlier. Other than that, I haven't gotten any new evidence since then. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I have some juice to play with. I swore I did this already, but maybe I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I'm almost certain I did this before. Nothing else. As far as in my head, nothing else. Nothing else connects things in a way that makes sense to me. Speaking of things that actually are sticking out of pockets. There's something sticking out of his pocket. You won't mind if I take a look at what's inside? It's a picture? Looks like it was taken inside of a building somewhere. Oh, wait. What's that on his? Is that a cell phone? Oh, he was playing with a cell phone, remember? Where is this thing? Ooh. Ah, okay. There it is. Mr. Hicks's machine is nowhere to be found. His machine? Excuse me, his cell phone, Miss Teniro. So I guess it's because it's not here. Still valid. Still a valid thing. I think I can safely deduce that the killer took it. I checked this area, but it never hurts to take a look. Okay, so we've gotten everything now. Well, there's a blood stain. There's some blood on the corners of this one. Could this piggy bank be the murder weapon? So we're not going to get anything else out of this. Maybe not. It's iFly Airlines. You know, I've seen it a lot. I've seen it occur a lot recently. It's been greatly bothering me. But why does nobody know how to properly capitalize in space nouns anymore? Oh, Edgeworth. Oh, Edgeworth. I suppose this is where you insert your coins. I have to say, for a piggy bank, it's made rather well. So well, in fact, I'm not sure there's a way to take your money out. Guess not. He's old school, man. He doesn't deal with the beeps and the boops. So what is this? This is... Wait, 4 to 6? Well, times correspond to the departure test. To the departure zone, okay. I don't know how that's going to be relevant, but... don't think there's anything else. Nah, nothing that we can do from there. Is it time for logic? I didn't think I got any new... Did I get a new piece of logic and I missed it? What clues could point to where maybe the broken glasses? Maybe we can find where his glasses broke? Then we could say that... No? These somehow connect? Like the fact that there's no grape juice in the thing means something? No. I don't know. Do we... I want to know what the fuck this thing is. I thought I did. Damn skyfish. Can you go back up? Can I? No. So we're locked into this area. Huh? I guess I'm at a point to this one. Did you notice anything? Did you notice anything? Is there any whose footprints those are next to the elevators? I'd say they're the killers, wouldn't you say? Even if they aren't, I'm sure they're a vital clue to solving this case. Oh, maybe there are others. There are other clues waiting to be found in other places. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's go find them together. If I could leave. The dialogue doesn't fucking make any sense. I'd like to ask you about investigating the lounge. As long as you have the captain's permission. Okay. As long as you have the captain's permission, I cannot stop you from looking around. If you could pass the message along to tell him I'm grateful for your spirit of cooperation. I will. However, please realize that you are still under suspicion. To be honest, I still have my doubts about you. Of course, and I take no offense. Do you really understand what I'm saying? Verily. Do you pinky swear? Do you, as on your honor as a professional prosecutor? I pinky swear? I do? On my honor as a professional prosecutor? Well, yes, that settles that then. My honor as a man slowly diminishing. Like, I think these are all supposed to be hints, but none of them seem to be relevant to anything. I was wondering if you noticed anything of Miss Teniro. Guess I cannot help but notice the sad atmosphere in here. Yes, this is a rather tragic crime. I'll say, robbing a poor man after bludgeoning him to death. Talk about rubbing the salt in the wound. I can't forgive someone who would do this to a passenger of mine. I swear as a professional flight attendant that I will capture the culprit with my own hands. I promise as a prosecutor to solve the case with logic and deduction. Should go over all the leads I've collected so far one more time. Like, okay. There's only so many leads you can do. This wouldn't make sense to me, but like, what are we saying here? I would have thought out of all the things I tried that this would have been the first one wrong. 110%. I would have thought this would have been the first one wrong. But all right. True, there wasn't anyone in the lounge other than myself right before the turbulence. But if the killer was in the elevator along with the victim, that's a different story. Okay. It's definitely not the first one I thought of. Because to me, I tried to prove that link with other things and they didn't like the link. And I understand that it's like you are looking for this specific link in this instance. But like, if I'm looking at the elevator and I say grape juice and they go, there's no grape juice in here. Ah, okay. That should have been a thing. So then we just connect these because that's clearly the next connection. Like, again, if you're going to give me grape juice and then give me the ability to look at the elevator and also to look at whatever the fuck the hint was before. Like, to me, I understand that that is the way to look at the logic, but my brain went through it a different way. And because I said it goes, oh, the elevator and the grape juice have nothing to do with each other, I just completely dismissed it. Just 110% dismissed it because I was like, there's no way. Okay, they're not, these aren't related, or I'm missing something else to do it. And I just went, nah, these aren't related in somehow. And it was like, I must be missing a piece of evidence I don't have. I haven't tried a different connection. So, okay, game, I guess we're going to do this. I have it. I'm sorry, but I don't understand, Mr. Edgeworth. I can prove that someone other than myself was around here at the time of the murder. Really? It's rather simple, actually. The proof is in the pudding, or rather, the grape juice in this case. These footsteps here confess to me this very fact, that someone exited the elevator alive. Seeing as how the victim is dead, that would mean a second person. But couldn't the footprints be from Mr. Hicks himself? Ah, but if you take a look at our victim's shoes, you can see the soles are spotless. Which means Mr. Hicks wasn't alone in the elevator. In fact, it was quite the opposite. There was actually one other person inside the elevator. Like, to me, that was the logic I was trying to prove. I just didn't go the way the game wanted me to prove it. What's going on over there? Unforgivable. Inconceivable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The movie is late. It is the same level of bad as the plane arrived late. But the movie... What? I will not talk to you anymore. You are just wasting my time. What's the matter, Mr. LeBlanc? If there is no emergency, please return to your seat, sir. Do not tell me what to do. I do not need to sit down. Well, Mr. Prosecutor, did you prove you are innocent yet? If you'd like, I'll prove my innocence to you right now. What? Nonsense! Are you saying that my eyewitness testimony is mistaken? I'm saying you're a dumbass. Not mistaken. Merely that there is no room for doubt. I'd be most honored if you could please tell me what you saw in detail once more. Fine. Shoot yourself. This motherfucker. I am certain that I saw Mr. Hicks enter that elevator. It was when the needle of my pocket watch pointed to the 6 and the 12. The body was discovered 15 minutes after that in the lounge, yes? Then you, the only person in the lounge at the time, must be the criminal. Mr. LeBlanc's conclusion seems to make logical sense. After all, the only person in the lounge at the supposed time of the murder was me. So, my eyewitness testimony. If you think you can destroy it, then come, let me see. Hurry, do I look like a man who is having the time to wait for you? Why is he so irritated? I'm the one being accused of murder here. Anyway, I must find a way to discredit Mr. LeBlanc's account somehow, and fast. This motherfucker. Mr. LeBlanc, were you able to get a good look at the inside of the elevator at that time? Of course, I saw what was inside. And you're sure that you saw the victim on the elevator? Alone? Yes. The only person inside that was that Mr. Hicks man. This last app was a little bit too important to let go. Was he really alone? Of course! I will even bet 1 cent! Big spender. Cheap ante for a cheap testimony. But if that's how you want to play it, I'll happily take on your 1 cent. I assume the pocket watch in this case is the one you keep checking, is that correct? Oh, you noticed! It's a very expensive antique, I'll have you know. The feeling is wonderful when I fully wind it up by hand. It's like very well designed and quite classy. I will have to charge you if you want to touch it. I say that to a lot of people about a lot of things. If you want to pay, you have to pay if you want to touch it. Should learn that phrase more often. That's quite all right. Let's continue with the testimony. What a cheap man you are. Now return the time you wasted back to me. And if we must, I saw Mr. X enter the elevator at 6 o'clock. It's true that I found the victim's body at 6:15. That is when I found the 2 of them as well. You see, it all matches my testimony. I don't know which one they're going to want me to present this on. That is the most mistaken way of thinking I have ever heard of. No, your silly opinion is where it's mistaken. Please calm down, the both of you. In a sense, you are both mistaken. Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is. I spy a little hole in his words. As you wish, Mr. LeBlanc, I will now show you proof of my innocence. It's probably got to be the thing we just deduced, right? It's got to be the thing we just deduced, right? It's got to be this, right? Well, I mean, maybe. It's either here or we're saying that we can prove there was a second person. Oh, whoops. I thought there was one. I thought there was one more. Okay, it's the other one. I was like, we're saying that somebody else was in here. What is he even talking about? I'd say in American dollars it's worth around $9.99. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You're not intending to sell it to me? I'm not for... It's not for sale. Okay, we're gonna go the other way then. There we go. I wasn't sure if they're like, okay, prove he wasn't the only one in there, or prove that there was somebody else down here. But I guess if we're trying to discredit him more and be like, yes, you're not an actual eyewitness testimony, you didn't see shit, we need to prove that, yeah, you didn't see, you said you saw him go in there alone. Well, he wasn't in there alone. Mr. LeBlanc, what is it? This is a very glaring contradiction in your testimony, is what it is. What do you mean? Please take a look at the area in front of the elevator. There, at the spilled grape juice. Yes, and? Will you admit that you also spilled it with the blood? No, it spilled itself during the turbulence. But the interesting thing here is the set of grape juice footprints. Footprints? Yes, the ones that lead from within the elevator out into the lounge itself. It's evidence that proves someone else other than Mr. Hicks exited the elevator alive. Ursh. Oofda. There must be another person in the elevator with Mr. Hicks. Now then, I'm done playing games. Why don't you tell us the truth? Can you please translate for us? My God. That must be April May's cousin. With... I was gonna say Blue Badger, but that is not even close to it. It's not... Is it the captain? No way. That's totally impossible. I guess that's what he said. No way. It's totally impossible. I know there's no other person in there. I saw it with my own eyes. You want to know what I think, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying to us. Suppose she's right. He doesn't seem to be lying. But then what does it mean? What about this contradiction? Mr. LeBlanc, please, just once more. Will you recall the details of what you witnessed to me? The iFly mascot? Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a captain's hat. As soon as I saw the second part of it, I was like, oh. I was very upset when Mr. Hicks passed by my sheet. I was always checking the time over and over again. I happened to follow that man with my eyes as he passed me. I saw clearly into the elevator he was entering. But I swear there was no one else inside. No one. Mr. LeBlanc, if you would please calm down. What? Dare you to have an issue with my eyewitness testimony? I guess not at all. I mean, please, I forget I said anything. Yet again, he doesn't appear to be lying, but I can't let this testimony stand as the truth. Her name is July June. Or Julie June. There you go. Let's see what he's got. So are you still upset now? I'm always upset. The only time I'm not is when I have a piece of art in my hands. It's surprisingly easy to believe him about that. But I was even more upset when Mr. Hicks walked by me. Why were you so attentive to the time? Because something unforgivable was happening. Come to think of it, you were yelling about something unforgivable earlier. I was giving a complaint to the attendant about the movie starting time. Return back my time to me. In money. You understand the point? Movie? Talking about the in-flight movie that the one magazine mentioned in the magazine? A summary of the plot and start time. Interesting. They were supposed to show License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. I cannot see that movie in my country. You can only see it on international flights. I look forward greatly to that movie. I checked my pocket watch whenever possible so I would not miss it. I even checked my pocket watch for the destination time when I came on board. That was important. Sure, my watch is not wrong. I matched it. It matched the schedule. But the movie was still late. Very, very late. Your pocket watch? I'd like to ask you a little bit more about it, if it's all right. So this movie you mentioned, is it the one listed in the Sky magazine? Yes. I was so looking forward to watching License to Love, Laugh, Maim, and Murder. Miss Teniro, was the movie shown on this flight? Yes, it was shown at the scheduled time. Isn't it possible you simply slept through it by accident? Nonsense! You doubt me? Yes, I do actually. Wait, no, stop pointing the finger at me. Odd, how did he miss a movie that he was clearly hoping to see? I checked my pocket watch a great number of times. That not much I know for sure. Did he have it set? Was it like shown at 6 p.m. and he somehow read it as 6 a.m. or some dumb shit like that? I don't know. I can't tell with this guy. You sure about what you just testified, Mr. LeBlanc? Of course, yes. I'm a very busy man. I am immediately busy when I land. I have many places to go, and no time to waste adjusting my pocket watch. I see. That was a very valuable statement you just made. Flatter me all you want, but you'll not get 1 cent out of me. It's alright. All I require is this piece of testimony. You only happen to see him. It's possible you missed something in that glance. Even if I only happened, I did not miss a thing. And how can you be so sure? Just because. I would appreciate it if you didn't take my life so lightly just with a simple just because. Well, then I was only making a joke. I saw Mr. Hicks, all right? Is it possible that somebody was hiding inside? What? You didn't insult me? I bet, but I have belief in my eyesight. When I look for art to sell, I'm often told I have great sight for the arch. I think the phrase you were looking for was great sense, although that's kind of debatable at this point. But isn't it possible someone was just outside your line of sight? You are persistent. I'll tell you, I looked clearly. Why do you insist that you're absolutely not mistaken? Because when I say I'm not wrong, I'm not wrong. Mr. LeBlanc, if I may, I think beyond misconceptions and mistake lies the truth. The what? Funny, that suspiciously mirrors something I told her a little while ago. Wait, is she going like... Is she like standing next to Edgeworth and then she's running over next to Mr. LeBlanc next time and just... What? Or is she supposed to be, I guess, in between the side of us? But I guess she's like, Edgeworth is here, Mr. LeBlanc is here, and she's like here, and it just shows her in between. I honestly don't think Mr. LeBlanc is lying. I don't think he's lying either. But I think he might be mistaken about something. Mistaken? Double on. She's a double attendant. Yes. I'm going to correct his mistaken recollection with evidence. This professional attendant shall witness the prowess of a professional prosecutor. What do we have? I'm assuming that is 10 a.m. start time. And that the movie is supposed to be shown at 6 p.m. when he's saying it's 6 a.m. That's what I'm assuming. Huh? What the fuck? Why did it break? Well, that's real unfortunate. Why did that break all of a sudden? Oh. Because I'm an idiot and I'm hitting the wrong button. That's why. Have you read the bold? The fuck do you mean? Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we read that. Where's that line? Wow, it actually waits for the animation to trigger before you can do it. Come here. Oh, it's up here. Never mind. Mr. LeBlanc, you just said it now in your testimony. You said this now in your testimony. I even set my pocket watch to the destination time when I came on board. Now, if your watch has been set to our destination time zone, it would mean that your watch is displaying the time of our destination. Why am I getting flashbacks to the if it said it was Christmas Eve, then it wasn't Christmas? Why am I getting flashbacks to that shit? Yes, and the correct time is worth worth 6 cents. I would like you to take another look at this. Through the Sky magazine, clocks on this flight run in accordance with the time of our departure time zone. Of course, the movie schedule was also created with that in mind. Miss Teniro, for confirmation's sake, what time is this flight aligned to right now? Well, we made a short stop at a transfer point. That's right. It's in the small Asian country, the Republic of Zhangfa. But we didn't readjust our onboard clocks at the time. So right now we are still running on Borginian time. What? The time difference between Borginia and our destination is 9 hours. In that case, it's only natural that your watch would be out of sync with the schedule. That was a thing. Further, along with your analog watch set to our destination time, it would appear to be running 3 hours fast compared to when our flights to the flight's onboard clocks. It also changes everything about your testimony. And you can bet 1,000,000 cents on that. In the light of this information, it means you saw Mr. Hicks 3 hours prior at 3 a.m. My 1,000,000 cents. This should clear up any of the remaining accusations. So this basically winds the time frame for the time of death, right? Yes, because Mr. LeBlanc saw the victim enter the elevator at 3 a.m. It means that the time of death could be anywhere from 3 to 6:15 a.m. The question now is, where was Mr. Hicks during that span of time? What was he doing? I've got something to say. And you are? What is with that smile? What the fuck? There are just more and more weird things about this character. Yeah, I'm Cammy Malay. I'm a flight attendant. And what is it that you wish to say? Well, I think your story's a little different from how I remember it. What do you mean, Cammy? Oh god, we're gonna be switching back and forth between two female voices. Fuck. You ready for it to sound a lot of the same? I saw Mr. Hicks sitting, at his seat at 5 a.m. What? I can be so sure of the time. Well, that's right. He pushed his call button when we were parked at the transfer point. So the stop we made for refueling and the cargo transfer in Zhangfa, correct? Yes, it was from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. according to our clocks. And during that time, did any of the passengers leave, or did any new ones come on board this flight? Oh, meal? You think it's like meal? No, not a single person got off or on in Zhangfa. What about the flight crew? The few who were handling the cargo transfer might have gotten temporarily on or off, but eventually everyone, including Cammy and myself, came back on the plane. Cammy meal? Oh, okay. Okay. I see you, fucking Ace Attorney. I see you. So basically, I can assume that no one left or got on since our initial takeoff. Interesting. Should keep that in mind. Yeah, and I answered his call. I can tell you Mr. Ackby Hicks was there in his seat when he took off again at 5 a.m. Well, that's important. All right. Well, that puts the time of the murder between 5 and 6:15 a.m. Okay, now, what time did you come down to the lounge, Mr. Edgeworth? I remember coming down here almost as soon as we left the Republic of Zhangfa. Ah! Shit! I've done it again. You were here the whole time from 5, yes? Then you're the only one who could be the killer. Mr. Edgeworth, were you really here in the lounge this entire time from 5 a.m. onwards? Unfortunately, yes. But then how do you explain the footprints? Is that not obvious? The man waited for Mr. Hicks here in this lounge, waited to kill him, and then put the corpse into that elevator. That's when the turbulence happened. My eyewitness testimony may have been mistaken, but what time I saw Mr. Hicks enter the elevator on the second floor does not matter. Oh, it absolutely fucking does, sir. Because the entire incident concluded here in this lounge. Everything happened in the lounge? Is that what you really believe, Mr. LeBlanc? What? Do you have another idea? I simply feel that there is something out of place with the scenario you just presented. Is there something that can tie the crime to another location other than this lounge? You fucking what? Did that not swap it? There we go. What? He was in his seat when we took off at 5 a.m. There's something that can tie this crime to a location other than this lounge. The piggy bank? Take that. Hey, there we go. The murder weapon. This little piggy bank is sold at the in-flight shop. It is sold there and only there, and is not displayed here in this lounge. How then did this find its way here? Don't you find that a tiny bit suspicious? Such a trivial point. So that means you prepared it, taking it from the shop first before coming here. It doesn't prove that you are innocent at all. Is there no way to win with this man? You're right, there's not. If I may. What is it? You see, it's just as Mr. Edgeworth says. Oh, and why do you know this so well? Well, it's just that That piggy bank was there in the shop. I saw it with my own eyes. And when was this? It was maybe around 5:40 a.m. Isn't that just before we hit a patch of turbulence? Oh no. Did we? No. Okay, there's part of me that's like, was he about to get back in the elevator? The turbulence fucking hit, and the fucking thing like flew out of the store and just wanged him on the back of the head, and he just died. That doesn't explain where half of his shit went, but like, That's right. You were in the shop just before the turbulence? Yes, I was. Come to think of it, when Miss Teniro, when I found the body, I believe you came out of that door. Yes, I did. And what is beyond that door? That's the flight attendant's room. Then you were on the first floor? Yes. I had to do something to the shop and in the flight attendant's room. So I went to the shop first and then the flight attendant's room second. Are you saying that you passed by me unconscious at some point? Yes, you seemed really into the issue of Sky Magazine you were reading at the time. I don't suppose you noticed me walking by. I think they recall somebody walking by, but I didn't take notice of who it was. Anyway, the piggy bank was definitely there at the shop when I went there. Why did you go to the shop in the first place? I went there for a work-related matter. Work, you say? Yes, the upkeep of the shop is one of my responsibilities. Why did you not say anything about this until now, is what I want to know. In any case, I believe it is clear that the shop needs to be investigated as well. Shall we head over there then? What is it now? Aren't you forgetting something, Miss Rhoda? Don't you need the captain's permission to check the shop? No, I haven't forgotten. But I've already asked him for permission to search the entire plane. So I think we're alright. Huh? That's weird. What is? Well, I just talked to the captain, see? And he said that he didn't give you permission to do anything like that at all. What is the meaning of this, Miss Teniro? It means she's lying. Go on, admit that you are. You said you had permission to search all over, but you don't. And yet, here you are. You flight attendant! What are you trying to do? Pull the sheep over us? The captain's calling for you, Miss Rhoda. Oh, but don't worry. I already got permission to search the shop from the captain. See, unlike you, I do things the right way. Miss Teniro, why would you do such a thing? Please excuse me. I must go distract myself. Looks like I get to be in charge now. Please go back to your seat, Mr. LeBlanc. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth. If you would follow me, I'll be your guide from now on. And that sounds like a perfect place to stop for the night. Because we sure as shit aren't finishing this tonight. Not no, but hell no. Taking bets on who they... Oh, God, no. I don't know if I trust her at all. Like, okay, so at this point, like, the three suspects are like, huh. It could have been, it could have been Mr. LeBlanc. He'd just be lying about a bunch of shit somehow. It could be Miss Teniro. I don't know why she would have done this thing, but could have been her. And then Cammy, my God. Cammy is just like, I don't know what the fuck her deal is yet. But who knows? We'll see. But yeah, that is gonna be it for me tonight, guys. Thank y'all for being here. You guys have all been awesome. If you're new, hit the follow button right over there, right there, right below there. We're like down there, but it's like right below there. That way you'll know when I'm live. I believe next chance to stream is probably going to be Monday. Next chance for this is probably going to be Monday. More than likely, Saturday, like Friday's not going to happen. Saturday's not going to happen. I mean, Saturday I'll be live, but I'll be doing Monster Hunter and not this game. Sunday is going to be my the Pathfinder game IDM. So probably no stream there because more than likely, like, there's a chance we end at 8 and then I stream, which would be weird, but more than likely I'm going to be ending at like 11. And then let me tell you, actually, oh God, I didn't even think about that shit. Dudes, I'm going to get my second COVID shot on Monday. And I'm going to be getting it in the morning. There is the chance I'll be fucked up by then. I'm hoping not. But there's the chance. Listen, Chthonic One. I know I'm not the boss of you, man. But sometimes you gotta listen. Sometimes. Not always. In fact, almost never. In fact, I can't think of a reason why you should listen to me. But sometimes. Oh, you got your second shot on Tuesday? No ill effects? Hey, you know what? Here's hoping. Here's hoping I get fucking lucky and there's nothing. And I basically just get the arm soreness and that's it. I mean, it's possible. So my guess is that, like, your system may just go, oh, we don't need to really overreact to this. We already sort of know how to handle things like this, but now we know what to look for. So, I mean, I'm not going to stream if I'm not up for it. If I'm fucked up on Monday, I will just be like, hell nah, and just be done. But if I'm feeling up to it, I want to do more Ace Attorney investigations and just go from there. All right. Sound good? Sounds good. Can't think of anything else. All right. I'm gonna head out of here for the night. I'm gonna go get ready to go to bed. Before I head out, I need one kindness from each and every one of you. You have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day, whatever happens to be wherever you are at. And I'll see y'all on Saturday for more Mon Hunt. I actually don't know what monsters we're going after in Mon Hunt. I know there's some newer ones we're trying, but we'll see how that goes. All right. All right. Later.